Long-term analysis of Ryanair Holdings is a good one for the long term or not. The disclaimer right here in the video description below. Let's get started, guys. And also remember to subscribe to TNT to watch more content like this. So right now we are nearly new highs with this stock Ryanair. We're actually watching the Nasdaq ticker. If you go to the one, from Ireland, it's gonna be different. The price action is in euros. But apart from that, guys, the outlook is kind of good. But there are some hidden things that I'm gonna show you guys. It's like the first one, and actually we're gonna see it right here in the financials. Is like the EPS forecast, because right now it's increasing, but there is a tricky thing, that I'm gonna show you. So they are buying, they're doing buybacks. So what means is like they are increasing the EPS artificially. So you're gonna see later that net income. Actually, you're gonna see it right here. The net income in March 2025. And in comparison to March 2024 and March 2023, look at that trend. We're talking about like a worst net income in the worst quarter of the year. Is worse. It's worse than before. So the last one is minus 345 million. The previous one was nearly 300 million, and the previous one minus 162 million. So that trend is clear. It's not positive. So the thing here is like Ryanair is following a strategy that means like growth no matter what. They are not so focused in the net income in that sense, and you can clearly see it right here, and they are more focused, on growth. What I mean by growth is like they are, for instance, like here in Spain, I want to travel somewhere, and nowadays, 80% of the cheapest trips, that for instance I want to go to London or whatever, it's like Ryanair. Always Ryanair is there. So the rest of the competitors, they are not actually competing. The prices are more expensive in comparison to Ryanair. And Ryanair right now, they are increasing the whole market share across Europe, and that's important because they are like growing and in that sense, and they are killing competitors by just lowering the prices. And this is just one of the effects that causes. It's like, okay, they are competitive prices, but obviously the price, the net income decreases, especially in those quarters. They are the most difficult ones. But apart from that, they are doing that EPS increase artificially. So that's the thing that you're gonna see. That the EPS is increasing, and we're gonna go actually to the forecast. So you're gonna see exactly what I mean. And actually, this is very cyclic. Like you look at these trends that we have right here. The best quarter is the second one in every year. But in overall, it's like the EPS, look at that. It's increasing and it looks really, really good. But the thing is like they are reducing the number of shares standing. So actually, probably their income is going to be very similar by the end of 2025 in comparison to 2024. But you're going to see that the EPS is better than the previous year. But actually, the net income is the same. And that's because the buybacks they're doing. It's a strategy that they follow, many other companies across the world. But in this case, it's very, very clear. In other cases, you see that the net income is increasing, exponentially in other companies, which is great. And you see that they also doing buybacks, and you don't notice, But here, you're gonna notice. You check the net income, and then you check the EPS. It's very, very clear that they are actually having like very similar net income at the end of the year, but the EPS is increased, artificially. But apart from that, the most important thing, and probably one of the reasons, because at the end of the day, okay, investors, they are not, they are intelligent in that sense, they follow the money, they follow the trends, they follow the net income. And they are assessing that, Ryanair is growing with this strategy no matter what, and that's positive. Because at the end of the day, they are gaining market share. Like they gain market share, at the end of the day, they can increase prices. It's a strategy that Uber followed that in the past. They focus on growth in every country. And right now, they increases the prices, and you see that the net income is increasing. So it's a very clear strategy. It's a very clever strategy. Probably, I think it's going to work because in other sectors, it worked, as in Uber, So right now, it's like the net income is not perfect. It's positive, which is good, but they have like several quarters. They are not good. The second one, here the first quarter of every year is not good. But apart from that, the net income is increasing. Is gonna increase, in the coming years, and that's probably the most positive thing about this company. Even though right now it's not perfect, and this is reflected also in the trends, So if you want to buy the stock, for instance, in Ryanair, it's the best, the best strategy is to buy at the bottom. Like you buy right here at $37, but not at 55, Right here is very risky. because of the cyclic trends that we have right here. You know, it's like the seasonals. We're talking about the first quarter every year is worse. Well, don't buy it right there. You know, when that quarter is coming, it's better to buy it before, you know, the best quarter. So right here, those who bought the stock in April, they enjoyed this incredible uptrend, and it didn't finish yet. You know, probably it's gonna end at $60 before going down again. But this is the trends, you know, it's like it's based on the cycles that they have in the earnings. But apart from that, you know, for the long term, the outlook is good. You know, we're talking about the forecast by the end of 2028. Even though they are increasing the EPS artificially, there are some truth behind it. You know, we have like a net income that is increasing also, and that's because also you can see here in the revenue. The revenue by the end of 2027, for instance, is gonna be 19 billion in comparison to the 15 billion that we are currently having in the last year. So that's the important factor. They are growing, no matter what, but they are growing, and that's important. You know, they are gaining market share. They actually released the program, you know, the Prime, Ryanair Prime, and that's gonna be like a very important factor because it's like they could get like a new source of revenue, but it's gonna be important for them. And you know, and it looks good, you know, especially the tourism sector is working fine right now. And you see all the stocks similar to this one, they are performing really, really well. But Ryanair, the thing is like they are gaining a lot of market share, you know, and that's positive. They have a market cap of 28 billion, and we actually gonna end with the news, you know, like we're gonna see like the key highlights, I would say, of this stock. Here you have them, and this is important, you know, right now, as you know, as I've been mentioning, they are gaining market share. Here you can clearly see like it's the first European airline to carry over 200 million passengers in a single year. So right now they are just the best one in terms of passengers in this company, in this airline. With a traffic up to 9% year over year. I mean, that's fantastic. You know, that's important. Uber followed this strategy. They are doing the same thing. And apart from that, you know, as you can get to see in the financial performance, they are not performing really, really good right now because they are focused on growth. But still, the revenue growth, the revenue rose 4%, you know, and that's important. The revenue, I mean, that doesn't mean that it's the net income, but the revenue is increasing, and that's positive as well. So at the end of the day, they're gonna increase prices later, and the net income is gonna increase, you know, and it's gonna be critical when they have the worst quarter ever transform into positive territory, because that means that all quarters are gonna be positive. So what do you think about the stock? Is it a good for the long term? Is it a good, you know, for the short term? Leave your comments below in the video. And we're gonna end, you know, with the last thing, you know, operational strategic highlights. The fleet expanded 618 aircraft, including the latest model of Boeing 737, so game changers, supporting future growth and cost efficiency. And you know, and this is important, you know, right now they are investing in new fleet, and this is it, you know, this is a company that we are watching right here, right now, Holdings, and right now we are trading near highs, and we're gonna see exactly how it's gonna performance. If you had to do like a forecast, which is I don't like it, but probably it's gonna do something like this. Let's see if it does it or not, but it's gonna increase a little bit more, and then it's gonna drop to these levels, you know, as it did before. But leave your comments below if you think it's gonna be different, and also see you in the next video. Subscribe to the NST to watch more content like this.